Sorry, I was having slight technical problems with my mic because it just like got loose. And I'm still trying to fix it. But I think it's alright. I think if I just flip it over, sure, they can just hold on. There we go. Okay, I fixed it. It was a little scary. I was trying to fix something and make it a little bit tighter, and then it got looser, and I was like, "Oh, that's not what that's supposed to happen." Anyway, we have our first band. Well, actually, we have our first game. Can be Invaders Blues versus Telacy Mirage. We have our first map, which is gonna be Oasis, and then we also have our first band on the side of Telacy Mirage, which is gonna be onto the Tracer, and which is completely fair. Tracer very strong right now, I would say. Couldn't really see that first ban from Invader Blues, but we'll get it in a second. Lineups are being finalized, and listen, we have our coffee. We're good to go. I do not have 10 points. Hold on, I just peeped that. Does not have 10 points. And now we're going over to the custom lobby. Beautiful. Looks like they're loading in. This is beautiful. So, starting lineup for Telacy Mirage so far is Spyro, Han, Stu, and Floor Pulsar. I believe they're just waiting on. I think Godslayer? Yeah, they're waiting on God. Oh, he's right there. Me when I lie. What are they waiting on then? Oh, they're waiting on M7MD. Okay, that's fine. And then Invaders Blues has Duck, Izumo, Shisui, Snowfall, and Volg. Let me just swap the names around real quick since they are on opposite sides of what I expected. And there we go. They should be all good. Just waiting on one from Telacy Mirage. Hopefully they come in the next 5-ish minutes. Looks like the second band is going to be on to Kiriko. So let's get that in as well for Telacy Mirage. Wait, these are swapped. Telacy Mirage, band Tracer. And Invaders Blues, band Kiriko. Bands are online. Nice. Whew. This is going to be a good day. It's been a nice, good day. Today we're going to be doing Is the Game Stream? Yes. Oh! Damn it. Let me really quickly say yes.
Welcome to Oasis.
Yes. I'm co-streaming.
Initiating match.
Okay, looks like they're going to be starting things off on Oasis. This is going to be on City Center. Send the link. I got them real quick. Hold on. Let me just grab it real fast. There we go. Just really quickly remove this. Boom. All right. Beautiful. Let's get into these compositions. We're gonna have the Hazard versus the Diva, right? This is kind of what we've been expecting. We've been expecting the dive to be played on City Center for a very long time, and if you've been tuning into the past couple of co-streams we've been doing, there's been a little bit of both. There's been some dive being played on this map. There's been a lot of Risa / overall Brawl being played, and that just kind of shows how Brawl is really coming back as the forefront in terms of comps. But I'd love to see the Diva from Godslayer. I'd love to see Izumo on the Hazard as well. Looks like we're gonna have the double speed comp from the side of Telacy Mirage, I believe. Yes, from Telacy Mirage. And then, of course, we're going to have Godslayer on that Diva. Oh, this is loud in my ear. Let me just blow that down real quick for myself. But otherwise, starting things off, double speed, very, very difficult to kind of play with. If your Juno and Lucio aren't really on the same page, if they're accidentally using both their speed cooldowns at the same time, things like that, very difficult. Very, very difficult. But these guys are very talented. These are very good. They are very much in sync. So as we see this first objective go, by the way... Oh, wait, hold on. Izumo looking very worse for wear, but there goes Stu by the side of Duck on this Echo. Oh, there's no really response to Duck, so Duck can kind of just play the game and really do whatever. This is gonna be the first objective, going by the wayside of Invaders Blues. And they're pushing up. You know, you're seeing Snowfall take this angle here, or was taking this angle. We can see the first angle as well, the main angle being taken up by the most of the core as well. So as we start to see Telacy Mirage come back, Invaders Blues, I mean, they're just kind of situated on this main area, catching them on the rotation is going to be Duck, kind of peeking them out on that high ground. We see Godslayer has gone off the Diva, goes over to the Hazard instead. Both walls being expended here, but I mean, I'm waiting for the approach. I'm waiting for the speed ring. There it is, Hyper Ring expended by Hans, but no one really going through it. Everyone was kind of going around the backside of this objective, as we are going to be looking over to this first pick coming in from Hans. Bola shot expended by Spyro. Doesn't find much for their efforts, however. Oh, that's huge. There goes a Zumo. Fight could definitely go by the wayside of Telacy Mirage. They are, you know, we're still up, or at least we're even, but we have a tank. We have a frontline force. There is going to be the rally from Sishui, and there goes Spyro. Again, no one will be looking at this high ground. No one will be looking at the airspace that Duck is taking up on this Echo. So this is going to be another, despite getting that trade off of Godslayer, I'm sorry, of Izumo, that's going to be Invaders Blues once again taking this objective and keeping it in their possession even longer. 65% the objective. M7 does in fact have the sound barrier. Stu goes over to the Sombra instead, which we've been seeing a lot more Sombra as well in these past couple of games that we've been able to co-stream. Hans also coming up on the orbital ray, but Duck is waiting patiently. You can see waiting to use this duplicate, trying to find a sneaky first target. Looking like it's going to be Hans, but doesn't really find anything as the rest of the fight on goes in the center of this objective. Now here comes a high noon. Doesn't really find too much, however. Oh, meanwhile, I lied. No, that actually is going to be the Deadeye called out on M7 after using the sound barrier. And here comes the orbital ray as well to help sustain this fight, even pushing Mirage back over to their spawn room. Spyro going to be the first victim going down. Hounds returns with their very own orbital ray, which should open up the floor again for Telacy Mirage to bring this right back in their favor. Oh, it's 1-to-1 trade. Sishui takes down Stu, but then there goes Volg and Izumo. Godslayer still keeping things up alive even longer. Has the downpour if needed. Duplicate gets shut down and negated completely by Telacy Mirage. Overtime has been activated here, but this fight is going a really long time, and only now have they finally effectively finished the fight, regained, or not even regained, but finally captured the point, and they're pushing up with this downpour. I mean, it's a lot going on here. I mean, they can't even walk because there's no ultimates on the side of Invaders Blues. They had to kind of hold this. They had to maybe give a couple of fights given to Telacy Mirage to regain some of their composure, to regain some of their points. And here comes a downpour. Does fine, but no one can really follow up on it. There's a good hack coming in, but look at the pressure from Izumo. Spyro ignites with the Bola shot, helping that assist in that elimination. But otherwise, we've also traded off Spyro for Izumo for the side of Telacy Mirage. They're still staying alive a lot longer. Stu coming up on the EMP really quickly. Whereas, again, we're lacking a little bit in ult economy for Invaders Blues. They do have the rally in about 20% from Sishui, but otherwise, they have really nothing in these nice couple engagements. But thankfully, 99 to 50%, not the worst in the world. Now we're seeing the dive come in. Gonna be seeing Snowfall be the target of choice, and will in fact be eliminated, especially from Stu, utilizing this EMP, making everyone's cooldowns completely rendered useless, and then putting a lot of pressure on these immobile DPS liners of Snowfall, for example. Even more so, forcing Duck to go over to their own Sombra to mirror Stu here. There's a hack going onto Godslayer there. You can kind of see a ray happen. Izumo's pretty close to this downpour, so I really do want to see if we're going to build up in that amount of time. But here we are seeing the aggressive rally coming in from Sisui once again. This brick has been so consistent, so good at finding these eliminations, finding these break-ins with these rallies, and just really helping out the team in that regard. Only a rally expended, only a rally needed to not only win out a couple of these first engagements and pick out a lot of these first openings for these fights. It's going to be the factor that actually wins Invaders Blues this objective at 99%. They take it. We have a Deadeye to make sure no one can touch, and that's just going to be the first round going by the way of Invaders Blues. I mean, extremely nicely done, I must say. They just did a fantastic job of... They let the point go, right? They had a really long overtime fight on City Center, right? Which is fine. And they realized, you know, we don't have to worry about breaking in immediately. They slowly chipped away the resources of Telacy Mirage. They chipped away the EMP. They chipped away the Bola shot. They chipped away the, I believe, the downpour as well from Godslayer. They allowed about 60% to go towards Telacy Mirage before eventually they're like, okay, we have a rally now. We can definitely walk in and they have nothing to really show for it, and it worked out beautifully for them. So as we go over to Gardens here, going to be seeing the rotation from the opposing, from both of these sides here. Now going over to the Orisa, mirroring the character here. Snowfall rolls away from the damage output of this Freya, but I mean, again, Sisui needs to be talked about. Has been really the opening, the aggressive brig that we've all wanted to see in our comp games. Has been absolutely fantastic on this character, keeping everyone alive, keeping their Juno alive, keeping that Inspire uptime alive. I wish I could see people's individual stats. I could kind of see exactly what their Inspire per 10 is, because I'm sure it has to be really high. It just has to be. The amount of times they have pushed in aggressively with their Risa, with their Juno, with their Cassidy, and gotten so much value, it must be studied. Looks like Hans goes over to the Baptiste here. So the Bap Brig is going to be the backline of choice for Telacy Mirage, while Invaders Blues are setting up on this high ground and allowing Izumo to go down to his low ground and kind of match this Orisa from Godslayer. Stu finds a first opening pick onto Vlog, and now it's just a matter of can Godslayer find another one, and they absolutely do onto Sisui. Our go of choice, the spear does narrowly whiff, but not for very long before we just kind of go in, walk in on that approach, and still find that elimination onto Stu. This is not Stu, excuse me, onto Snowfall. Very, very nicely done. Really good retake, a really quick retake from Telacy Mirage, something that we didn't really see in that round 1. But as we go into round 2, I think they're getting more warmed up, they're getting more comfortable, and they're definitely bringing in that aggression. Oh, what a spear. Oh, getting so far super low. 85% to a Terror Surge. Godslayer mirroring that percentage of just about the same amount. Hyper bringing it over to the high ground. They are desperate to get away from the claws of this Orisa, and it's not going to happen as we expend the Terror Surge. Swift on this spear again, and here comes the reversal one as well, but we stay alive even longer. M70 now on the staying on the Brigida, helping keep the rest of the team up alongside the rest of alongside their other support. But otherwise, that's really going to be all the Shiro as Telacy Mirage not only keeps the objective alive under their belt, but they also lap in percentages away from the 38% that Invaders Blues were originally able to gather for themselves. Oh, don't die here, Stu. Okay, good. Also, I mentioned Spyro going off of the Freya, goes over to the Venture instead. The survivability of Venture is very, very strong right now. Definitely really good on these control points as well. Whereas Duck is still on this Freya, on this high ground, trying to find a sneaky pick, but unfortunately gets called out of it. Now here comes the High Noon from Snowfall. A double one actually comes in from Stu as well. We expend the Amplification Matrix, but not going to find too much with it. The Deadeye is massive from Stu, as we, at the last second, are able to find that kill onto Izumo, which was absolutely fantastic. My man's freaking out right now. What a Deadeye trade going by the wayside of Stu. Again, keeping this objective alive even a lot longer for Mirage over Invaders Blue. Spyro's about to have this Titanic Shock, but I mean, now there's an orbital ray coming towards the objective. There's a lot of pressure being put onto the forefront. Everyone's pretty much leaving, giving the point right back, similarly to what we saw in that first round. But now, maybe they gave a little bit too fast. They're lost not just one, but two players on their side, and this is only allowing the side of Invaders Blues to just really put in the hurt, put in that pressure, and regain this objective, and maybe even stabilize on it even longer. Thanks for the cast. I didn't... No, it's okay. I'm happy to cast, because everyone's doing Masters games, and I was like, I'll do some advanced and expert stuff today, just so you guys get some coverage. Because I know that everyone's like going, oh, that is not... Magic Nightbot is trolling. I thought I turned that off. Ignore that. That's for Marvels. That's not for this stream. I'll turn it off after this. But otherwise, back into the fight. We are seeing the bullet shot being expended. Also, I know Spyro has a Titanic shot, and they're going in from the back, but then gets called out by Snowfall. 23 HP on themselves. They do get a little bit of that extra shield power from from Venture's passive, but otherwise, that's going to be Spyro narrowly escaping by the skin of their teeth and getting some eliminations, imperative eliminations. And overtime has been expended here, has been activated, and I don't even think anyone can touch. And we're actually going to go over to a third objective, that being going over to University. Now, let me very quickly fix Nightbot, because she is cracked out right now. Like, what do you mean? I shut that timer off. Yeah, I shut it off, please. I can actually delete it because I don't have it anymore. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. Okay, I fixed it. That should be gone now, for sure, for sure. That's so funny because I straight up like Okay, we're back. But of course, like I wanted to cast, like everyone's gonna be casting Masters today, which I did a little bit of Masters yesterday. Actually, I did a lot of Masters yesterday. I think I did 2 rounds of Masters yesterday. But I was like, I want to cast some advanced and expert games. Like, and EMEA, it's perfect because it's in the it's at 2 o'clock for me EST, so I have a bunch of time to. Well, not even just that. It's just a good schedule for myself. But Spyro, whoa, whoa, whoa! Spyro's killing everybody! Yeah, we lost Goddessler. Who cares? Spyro's a new tank. We'll just walk with Spyro and Stu and you're chillin'. Oh my goodness. Nah, they gotta take care of this venture. They gotta take care of this venture. This venture has been a problem since that second round, since the swap. Okay, Hemplek has been taken up. Izumo sticking on to the Orisa here. Against Gossler, who's gone over to the Ramatra, so a little bit more of that. I was gonna say a little more of that poke and brawl, but I mean, so can Orisa. I mean, she's in there brawling, but she can also poke you from so far away with that lack of damage fall off. I mean, we're being pushed. The backline's being pushed by Izumo, and then suddenly you leave your Ramatra all by themselves again, and Godslayer just kind of gets put between the rock and a hard place. The wall and Orisa spear, if you will, and the javelin spin is so solid. What a rotation, pretty much single-handedly from Izumo. Izumo just kind of walked right by Godslayer, looked at everybody besides Spyro, and just separated the back line from the front line. And now they're going to be pushing up a little bit here. 35% isn't all that much, so they do have... I feel like Invaders Blues needs to keep this objective as long as possible in their favor, even lap it in percentage even, just to make sure that they have as much of an advantage going in, because this second round, I mean, it did not go their way because they lost that objective so early, and then boom, a simple spear. The rotation gets called out by some of the best boopers in the game, being Orisa and Brigitte. Whip shot, boom, you're off the map. Oh, javelin spin, boom, you're off the map. Or javelin spear, boom, you're off the map. Unfortunately, it might have just been a wrong rotation to take, knowing that their composition has these boops. Oh, Spyro, nope, you gotta get out of there, buddy. Got called out most minute, gets walked in, goes for a terror surge, and everyone's super low. The land does come out, but it doesn't really find Hans at the same time. Helps the rest of the team stay alive a little bit longer, but not for very long, as Stu is the next target from Izumo. Post terror surge, 51% on the objective in favor of Invaders Blues. They're looking very clean, exactly, on this Orisa composition, whereas previously it looked a little bit more rough, a little bit more difficult to break into this objective. But I feel like because University forces you into these either 1 or 2 areas to walk around in, you get targeted, you get pressured out, you get pinpointed so quickly. But here comes the Deadeye from Snowfall. Might be seeing the reversal from Stu, but can't find any sort of target besides themselves. And so he does have the orbital ray at the very least. We did expend the amplification matrix, so we do have to wait a little bit longer. But they can't wait for too long, as 80% is already built up for Invaders Blues. Telacy Mirage needs to use this orbital ray. Ideally, just right here to the wall. Beautiful. But here comes the reversal. But here comes the not terror surge, the Titanic Shock, which has proven to be useful, but then gets stunned out of the dig, and that's gonna be pretty much all that she wrote, with Sushi riding the helm on this rally, leading the charge, in fact, and just Godslayer narrowly getting back on the objective, but is getting kind of bullied out by this Orisa. Stu goes over to the Genji to get a little bit of a touch here, but now our Beppies by themselves, and there's no other touch, as there is a Sombra hacking Stu from being able to dive and dash into the objective to get that overtime refreshed. That is gonna be a fantastic reversal from Invaders Blues. Coming in from game 1, they look very strong, and then game 2 is like, oh, okay, went kind of back and forth. You know, Orisa versus Cassie is very difficult, right? And then boom, they bring it right back. Very nicely done from these guys. Let me just update the scoreboard really quickly. 3 scorch. Boom. Oh, that's 14. So what a match. Very even, very nicely done. It just momentum. I feel like when Telacy Mirage was able to take the objective, they can hold it for a pretty long time. But when they get separated, when they lose a fight or two, it really snowballs against them a lot of the time, and they need to find a way to break that mold, break that threshold, and retake what they know they can do, which is outbrawl this Orisa. They absolutely can. They have the Baptiste, they have the Juno, they have the Cassidy, which also does a really good job into Orisa, only because once she uses her gold form, whatever, spin, whatever, like, Cassie can tank a lot of her engages, which you did see a couple of times when Izuma was charging in on, I believe, Shu. bro is not dying, you know, not for a while at least, and he can absolutely tank a lot of these engages, tank the Orisa, and put in a lot of pressure onto her with the hindrance, with of course the fan and the hammer, and of course Orisa's head hitbox is so big that you get really simple headshots on her. But if there's no way to disrupt the Orisa when she walks right past Godslayer, for example, when Azumo basically gets to do whatever he wants, it gets so much more difficult to regain that composure, regain that objective, you know, especially on University where Brawl is really your favorite to play. Izumo too strong? No, for real. Izumo's a crackhead. Bro is really good at the Orisa. He's good at the Orisa, pretty much good at the Orisa mirror, really good at Orisa versus other Brawl characters. I think Orisa is just very strong right now, and if you love playing Orisa or you know how to play Orisa, this is your meta. Like, 1000%. It is your meta. Play the meta. Play Orisa, because she is just a menace right now. Yep, absolutely. And it looks like we're going to Circuit Royale. Yo, I trolled. I didn't actually see the bans, but I do know that Telacy should have the first ban, so let's just get the bans updated real quick. Okay, so looks like... Oh no, I don't know who banned what. Dang it, I was too late, because FACEIT organized it not by Team 1, Team 2 ban. They organized it by, like, tank DPS support ban in that order. So I see it. It's a D.Va and a Widowmaker ban. I don't know exactly who... Who banned D.Va? Who banned D.Va? Thank you. Alright, they're so sweet. Invaders banned D.Va. Thank goodness. I love just chill teams. They're just like, yeah, we got you. Alright, let's put D.Va in here. And then Widowmaker coming in from Telacy Mirage. There we go. So Circuit Royale. Banning Widowmaker, understandable. You know, it's freaking... It's Circuit Royale. We don't want Widowmaker there at all. And then we also have the... D.Va ban. So we did see D.Va a little bit earlier from, I believe, Godslayer, which I also think my scoreboards are swapped. Uh-oh. Dang it. Invaders will, in fact, be attacking first. Let me change that really quickly. I'm so fast. Trust me. Watch. See, this is why I yap. I start yapping, and I don't actually, like, check, I don't actually, like, check... what's it called? FACEIT, and it's really a bad habit of mine. But while you guys watch this Freya, we can get the scoreboard updated, and there we go. Now we're all good. We're all updated. Snowfall on this Freya. Give me kind of filling in that Widowmaker role alongside Spyro. So this is the mirror to watch, I feel like, is the Freya versus Freya. Stu also committing to the Genji. We did see a little bit earlier, but now completely committing to the character. I'm trying to figure out... I mean, the Genji is definitely there to kind of disrupt the backline of Juno and Brig, but then that backline's so self-survivable, especially against Genji. And then you have a Mei as well as a natural counter to Genji as a beam character. But then Spyro pops off, boom, gets a really nice opening pick as well onto Izumo. And so does Duck, falling right after to Godslayer. So as we see the Ramacha mirror come into play here, we might have to realize, okay, maybe Izumo needs to get something with the Ramatra. You know, in the mirror with the Orisa, he was pretty much on top of it. Against Izumo's Orisa versus Godslayer's Ramatra, there was a disparity, I guess, with that matchup. But now that Izumo's gone over to Ramatra, you know, they're struggling a little bit here to find the same pressure that is being built onto him. I mean, Bolo Shot being expended here in response to this Amplification Matrix from Vlog. And can we get this last minute pick on the Genji? Oh my god, Stu super, super low. But Spyro does go down by the wayside of Izumo. I mean, coming back from that spawn room. Has no resources, has to use his shield, retreats over to the Mega Pack, tries to get the Baptiste. However, M7MD still in fact has this shift, but cannot get out of it as he re-engage back into that small room with a Ramatra in Nemesis form. Duck also finding a beautiful headshot onto Hans with the secondary fire, and this could be exactly where we see Invaders Blues retake this objective, retake this defense once again. Stu finds, you know, one reversal pick onto Duck, but otherwise, the push has stopped. Invaders Blues sets back up on this high ground, and they have a 4-minute time bank to be out on. Annihilation is ready for both teams here. But I want to see... because there's no response to Stu's Dragon Blade. You know, Stu can really rip it right now, and there's nothing that anyone can do. So I feel like, especially with Hans going down, you gotta be really careful. But Stu finds a reversal. I hear it. I see it. I'm specking it. We go for Snowfall. We find two. Well, we find the lamp, and we find Snowfall. But then we also have the Annihilation on top of that to assist in that Dragon Blade, to assist in this fight win. They're also kind. No, they're also sweet. I'm like, yo, FACEIT be like trolling me. Oh, you're right. I did mess that up. There we go. Wait. I trolled myself. They were actually on the right sides. I actually trolled myself. I thought when oh my gosh. I don't know why I thought they swapped sides. Oh, we're fine. Okay. There we go. Thank you. I don't know why this whole time I thought they swapped sides. Oh. I'll get into it. But thank you so much for letting me know. Telacy Mirage struggling a little bit here. They got stopped a little bit on that attack phase, but here comes a Blizzard committed by Duck. Should ideally put a stop again. It does help out with getting rid of Hans, but there's also the Annihilation coming in from Izumo. It does get depleted, but we're still putting all this pressure onto poor Godslayer, who's just forced to hold block against this wall. Oh no. Okay. We back up. We retake. We're good. We're defending once again. Sparrow has Bolo Shot. Hans has Orbit Array mirroring Sishui. Four-minute time bank drawn down to under 2 minutes now. Here comes the Orbital Ray. Reversal one coming in from Hans, but it doesn't even matter. We have Far on the field there. Oh, whoa. We are making some imperative swaps for the side of Telacy Mirage. Oh, they're pushed all the way back. I mean, they can't do anything. Got to force use Nemesis from really early to stay alive. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. All right. A minute and a half left. Not the end of the world for Telacy Mirage. Invaders Blues. They had a rocky start, but they are... Second point, Circuit Route is so difficult to push in on. Sometimes if you lose that momentum, especially when you lose out on these imperative people really early in these fights. But Duck got a little bit too overzealous, does get called out, and there's now a Kitsune Rush coming up on this first side of Circuit Royale. Unfortunately, might have been a little bit too early. Might have been pulled the gun a tiny touch too early, only because no one was able to use it. But here comes a Bolo Shot. Sorrow does find one, that being onto Vlog. But here comes Snowfall coming in with the reversal. But now we're walking with this Annihilation and just standing in this hallway, making sure no one can touch. Does Duck even have the... I mean, should have made freeze, but on the right side of things, you can kind of see Izumo waiting to use their own Annihilation, and they're walking in on everybody. Barrage expended by Stu. Beautiful Lamb keeps him alive even longer as we were forced to hold block, but there's no other peel. Forced to use the Barrage here, the last 25 seconds marker. Godslayer could not get out of the Barrage fast enough, and that's another complete stop in the tracks of Telacy Mirage. Invaders Blues, once again, they're going to be going for a little bit of a slight stagger onto M7MD. But otherwise, as we take down 10 seconds left on the timer, I don't think anyone can touch. I mean, we're swapping over to... Stu swaps over to the Sombra. We have Godslayer back on the Malga. None of these characters, however... Oh, meanwhile, Elias, Stu does touch, but the wall is going to be inhibiting Godslayer for a tiny bit here. But here comes Malga going for the stomp, and now everyone's looking at this Malga. Cardiac Overdrive's already expended here, and there is going to be a disconnect. Volg out of the game. Oh, no. What a momentum shift. Wait, that's horrible. They have 40 seconds to reconnect. Oh my goodness. Okay, this fight. Okay, Volg is back. Volg is back. They lost Snowfall too, so really it's just Izumo, Duck, and Sishui. Okay, hold on. This fight could go one of both two ways. Invaders Blues has Orbital Ray out right now from Duck, so that could help Izumo and Duck bring out this fight from Situate or Situate brought the Orbit Array, could have out Zemo and Duck. On the other side of things, there's no ultimates online, but Spyro can build this bullet shot like this. We know this. Freya is crazy. So as we tick down on this timer, this unpause timer goes down to 0. Vlog comes back. There goes Godslayer. There goes M7MD. The power of the Orbit Array starts to deplete, starts to walk away from Invaders Blues, but they still are able to take this defense and halt Telacy Mirage right before second objective. What a fight. What a clutch. Volg, unfortunate disconnect, was able to come back, but it didn't even matter. They were down 2 people, and they were still able to win out the 4v5, or the 3v4. Very, very impeccably so. That was insane. I was stressed out. I was like, oh my god, that's it. Like, you lost Volg. I didn't remember if they had Ultra Charge or not, but otherwise, like, it should have gone down. But the Orbital Ray being there from Sishui was quite literally what helped Duck and Izumo win that fight. What helped Invaders Blues stop the attack. Very, very well done. Okay. Now we're going to be seeing this defense. Looks like we're sticking with their mantra. So deciding what Stu and Hans want to lock in on. Telacy Mirage looks like we're going to be sticking to... Ooh, double flex support with the Kiriko and the Baptiste. Always a fan of. Flex support player. Love the Kiriko Baptiste. It's a lot of utility you have, so you have to be very careful not to overlap your Suzu with your Lamp, with your Shift, with your Swift. Like, you gotta be really careful. And the only difficult thing about playing it is that you don't really have an anchor as often as you would like, as consistently as you do with Kiri Lucio, because Kiri Lucio, your Q can go out. She can get some poke damage in. She can get flanks off, and then she can TP to her Lucio, who's typically away from everyone else, like trying to like make sure that she's not accidentally flying into a fight. But with Baptiste, he's always with the tank. He's always with somebody. So as we see this fight start to tick down, I mean, they're rotating really far in. Izumo's in there already. Sishui gets rid of the lamp there. And we're pushing everyone back from Telacy Mirage. And they're even walled off. Thankfully, Spyro has that ability to walk out. And of course, Mirage is just so thin and perfect enough to slide right into that side room away through that wall. I mean, it's just a matter of can both supports on either team keep their tanks up as they're walking in for another. Things up for the chat, for the cast? Of course, of course. I love doing this kind of stuff. And they said, you want to cast? I'm like, yeah. Now, the hard part is the production, like the actual producing part, like the observing and scoreboard and stream running. That part's hard. Everyone that does it for me, they got it. Otherwise, fight goes by the wayside of Invaders Blues. They're doing a fantastic job of kind of running down this first objective. Very similarly that we saw that Telacy Mirage were able to also complete on their own attack phase. So this is where everything could go awry. Invaders Blues needs to keep this momentum up while we keep Sishui on that objective to push it a little bit further. They want to basically push it. I can take out and I can like look for you guys. They want to push it ideally to here. This is where you want to push it if you want to maintain this forward pressure, maintain all this space that pretty much they've given up for themselves, and it's getting there slowly. Going about to victory is right over there. We have the window on both sides. That went a little bit too far to be reliably used, and now we're walking in with the annihilation. The blizzard was also sent just in case we walked away, but Stu forces out the overclock. Sorry, overclock narrowly avoids the bola shot, but still is able to take out the main tank of Invaders Blues, and they're just continuing to push. 4-minute time bank. There's gonna be a little bit of a no touch. Good wall from Duck. Completely avoids any sort of touch, any sort of overtime fight from Telacy Mirage. Goes over to a game 3, and I have to say there has to be some sort of difference to be made. I mean, I feel like again on circuit, once you get past that initial corner, the momentum, if you're attacking, just kind of really rolls back in your favor because the amount of space you have as a defender is this small. Okay, this time I'm not going to mess up on missing the FACEIT stuff. So let me just pull it up because I always miss it. I always miss the band. So let's get this ready this time. Let's go update the scoreboard as well. So 2-0 so far for Invaders Blues. And let me just hide the bans real quick. Telacy Mirage is picking the next map. They have a choice between Push, Hybrid, and Flashpoint. They are going over to a Hybrid map, that being Midtown, and they're also going to be choosing who is attacking first. If I'm Invaders Blues, if I'm Telacy Mirage, I think I would defend first. I like defending more on Midtown than I do attacking first on Midtown. Defending, I feel like is a lot more of an advantage. Gives you a lot more advantage if you're defending, only because you have Fire Truck, you have the high grounds, you have Subway, you have a lot of these places that you can kind of hide out on. You have the high grounds, you have a lot of places to put an angle pressure off of the attackers, who have one, maybe two areas if they want to go through alleyway on the very far left side. They have two places to go, both of which can absolutely be turned onto, and you can get completely out pressured by things like Freya, by things like, okay, Mirage is gonna be attacking first. It's just like crazy. Godslayer can't stop trolling in ranked. T3 player, by the way. Yo, why they calling out Godslayer? Can't stop trolling in ranked. Yo, listen, it's okay. If you're a team player, you're allowed to troll in ranked. It's a little funny. Telacy Mirage attacking first. So sides, okay, my overlay is fine then. I don't have to change anything up since right side is always attack. This is so funny. I'm just thinking about Mirage because they have to, like I said, they have to break through that attack. They have to break through that choke underneath the subway. I mean, you could go tunnel, you could go subway, but everyone calls it the suicide subway for a reason. You go through that subway. Whoa, what we banning Zenyatta for? What we banning Zenyatta for? Damn, what does Zenyatta do to you? Well, that's one ban out the way. Zenyatta. I mean, the poke is very good, but otherwise, it's just like interesting. Oh, FACEIT. FACEIT doesn't like give me the ban. This is so sad. Ooh, ow. Okay, we're all good. Oh, I have an invite. Let's go accept. Any swaps in? No. Looks like everyone's back in. History Snowfall Vol. Yeah, everyone's back in. No swaps, no subs, no nothing. Just straight raw fundamentals. Let's get it. Ooh, wait, ooh. Okay, for a second I thought, oh, I wish this would play Queen. I've seen Queen work well on defense for some reason, and I had a co-caster who very beautifully explained it to me as Queen defense on Midtown is just playing attack from the opposite side. And I'm like, you know what? Real and true. What a fantastic analogy to go by. To just say, yeah, Queen defense on Midtown is just, you're just attacking. You're just attacking the attack. You're not defending the attack, you're attacking the attack. Otherwise, as we tick down on this timer, you can see our starting lineups looks like... Oh, actually, I can also check on FACEIT, the actual ban from our second team. Okay, looks like we're seeing a Venture ban from Invaders. Venture... I mean, that's fine. Yep. Alright, looks like this should be all squared away to go. Team 1, Team 2 ban, you can see it. Yep, they're there. Alright, 2-0. Yep, we are all good to go. I am ready. Alright, goodbye, OBS. Oh, right, I forget if you click it, it, like, finds your perspective, but, like, from really far away. Okay. Orisa versus a new comp we haven't seen from Mirage yet. It's gonna be the ball. Godslayer going over to the ball here, also saying this is a very hyper-mobile comp. Oh, I see what they're gonna do. They're gonna diverse attention. I understand it now. So you can see Stu on the right side around alleyway. Looks like Han's also following their tracer. And otherwise, oh, Godslayer actually goes back over to the Ramatra. Interesting. I mean, maybe Sishri on the brig makes it a little bit more difficult for Ball to actually get these engages on, maybe on the back line, like Volg and Sishri, because Sishri goes like, boom, and then you're gone. Like, GG's, goodbye. So Duck is going to be clearing out that alleyway. Godslayer is going to be going in for the brawl on the main area. Looks like we're going to be seeing that Nemesis form be popped open here. Snowfall, mind you, also is on the Sojourn here. We did see a little bit earlier, swap of the Sojourn a little bit earlier, but otherwise, haven't really seen Sojourn all too much, given Freya has been so strong as a character in general. But big opening pick here onto Duck, meaning it looks like Telacy Mirage can absolutely walk in, put a little bit of pressure onto the front line, making the back line hand it back up, rubber band with their tanks, and then Stu just kind of rotates to pincer the back line just like that. And that's going to be the opening for Telacy Mirage. In order to grab this objective, get at least 1 to 2 ticks on it, and even more so, they're going to be pushing up to make sure there's no sort of recontest coming in from Invaders Blues. Even more so, they're interrupting the rotation that you would want to do on defense, which is go over to that high ground, the bridge. Izumo didn't really get the backward spawn, but is slowly trying their best to stage over to this high ground. But everyone's being walked on. There's gonna be the bola shot from Spyro. Can't really find too much. And that's it. I mean, Telacy Mirage has now overtaken this bridge area. They're also forcing this small area to... Oh, wait, me when I spear? My bad, Izumo. My bad. And now we have the Invocation Matrix coming in from Vogue. I mean, they just can't walk. Gossair is going to be taking up a lot of this extra damage from this Matrix. Stu, super low. Oh, but there's no land to be used. Only a second off of that cooldown. Going to be also seeing this this continued rush. And Stu's just going absolutely crazy on the Tracer. Oh, what a blink into the mini pack. I mean, we're just keeping... Stu and Duck are keeping each other in check. But this cart is still going by the wayside of Telacy Mirage. I don't know what changed between Game 2 and Game 3, but they are doing a fantastic job. I do have drops on, Zach. I should have drops on. Oh, overclock coming in from Snowfall. Hold on. High ground goes crazy. Duck takes care of Spyro. Everyone's trying to avoid this overclock, but unfortunately, M7MD couldn't find their way out of there in time, and this could be the breath of fresh air that that Invaders Blues needed to set back up on this high ground and stop this push, this really aggressive push, really fruitful push coming in from Telacy Mirage. Oh, I mean, Spyro's on this high ground. I mean, just kind of poking out Snowfall and company. Sishui does have the rally here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did see it come to fruition. Oh, there it is. Against the... Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a lot of stuff. We gotta go over here. Bola shot gets rid of Sishui. Negates the rally. We also have the Annihilation still going crazy onto Vogue, who cannot get out of there in time. And the payload still touches. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What an old dump of a fight. I mean, Izumo used the Terror Surge. We saw the Bola shot. We saw the rally. We saw the I keep saying overclock. The orbital ray from M7FD as well being expended. The Annihilation. That was just the ult fight to ult fight. Looks like Stu and Hans are on this double angle with the Tracer and the Kiriko, which I'm personally a big fan of. Unfortunately, Stu kind of leaves Hans by their lonesome. Pull some online for Stu as they go over to the back end of things. Zimo swaps over to the Ramatra. So Zangasser a tiny bit here. Oh, we get a trade-off. Sishui, who goes over to the Agari for Spyro. So support for DPS, and even better, once you're down, that Freya, you only really have the force of a Tracer behind your back. And speaking of, Stu takes care of the Tracer instead. Invaders Boost has pretty much solidified another lease on this defense. They're on this second corner of Circuit Royale. They have Duck, who does have the pulse on. I think what definitely wants to at least bait out a Suzu from Hans. That's what I would ideally do. Or find M7D. But like I said, here it is. Going over to the backline. Stu finds them easily. Finds the mini pack. And we see the Bola shot alongside this continued rush from Spyro and Hans, respectively. Sishui and Vogue are just getting completely poked out by Godslayer and Spyro here. Poor Vogue couldn't stay alive any longer. It's just really Izumo doing their best on this objective, staying alive, holding block as long as possible, and kind of ideally just wasting as much time as possible. What a headshot. What a clean execution from Spyro onto Duck. Ooh. Ooh, yo, get your Freya. God dang, that was good. Defense can come up on 5 ultimates, though, to just 1. Now we are seeing the Invocation Mage be used right in that main alley, in that main entryway. We gotta keep our Freya up because she does have that Bola shot. We walking around the left side here, getting this somewhat long sight line, and still finds elimination at the very end of the day. But we commit with both of these Bola shots from these Freyas. But there's a lot more Blue Knight kill feed. There goes the Yari, the Captive Sun as well. But there is going to be over the Orbital Ray alongside this Annihilation. And it is just a color fest as we see the point be completely capped with no touch to be seen. I mean, low-key, they were on the point. I'm going to say it. They were on the point. Are you speaking French in my chat? Chill. I know this EMEA, but I don't speak no French. C'est cool? I don't know how to pronounce that last word. I took 1 year of French class in high school. You know what was crazy? They gave me 1 year of French class in high school because my last name was too Spanish, so they didn't let me take Spanish, which is fair. I can't really blame them for that logic, but I was trying to, you know, improve my Spanish. And I was really taking Spanish class since like middle school. So by that point, when I got into high school and they said, no, you can't take Spanish, you have to take French, I was like, what? That first year of French, I ended with a C, and it ruined my GPA for the rest of my high school. Like, it ruined my overall my grade point average for the rest of high school. It was really cool. It was really cool, guys. It was really cool that I used to get A's and B's, and that 1 C in French class I was forced to take because the principal was low-key a little weird about my last name. A really big shame. Let me see what Neuro means. Oh, it's a commune in the Manet-Lor. Oh, don't look at my pronunciation. Department in Western France. That's crazy. Yeah, that first year of French gave me some pronunciation, like understanding, but I'm no fluent speaker by any means. I know Spanish, a little bit of German, and English. That's all I got going for me. Otherwise, going into this next game, we have Izumo on the Orisa here, no longer playing with this Ormacha mirror anymore. Poor Gossard getting a lot of pressure onto them, gets speared onto the high ground, but Stu in the backline does not care about anything. Oh no! Is it Volg? Is it my goat Volg? Oh no. Did someone use a pause? Question mark? Invaders Blues paused the match. Okay. That's no problem. No problem. Me seeing a pause here. Up to them. It might be for Volg. Maybe Volg's having some issues. But it's okay. Ooh. God, I can't believe I got Labubu yesterday. I'm still reeling over. I got to take her to dinner yesterday. She was my little bag. And then I saw someone else who had Labubu on. They had a big into energy. They had the love one, the red one. And I was like, oh my god. I think Labubus are a very beautiful thing. I cannot lie. This pause should last. They have 1 more minute until it unpauses. And we're resuming. Yeah, they did. I think they did call pause. I mean, again, Stu is just a menace. I mean, I understand why there was a Tracer ban in that first map. We saw a Tracer ban on Oasis earlier, and it's just because she is just so strong right now. I remember seeing that the balance notes, and I was like, oh, that's over. Tracer is back into meta. Lucio Yari is super interesting. There is that some EMEA meta that I'm just unaware of. No, for real. They just the different metas that there are in other parts of like competitive play, EMEA, Oceania, Asia, South America. There's just like they're just we know what we're playing because we're NA, and what we just consider as meta. But they are just on a whole Korea. They're on a whole nother level, whole other level. Oh, poor Gossard back in his little spot. Oh, huge pylon. Bro is going back to the subway. But here is Duck on this Genji. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're cooking, we're cooking. Walk at me. Ooh, walk at me. I'm sorry. I'm like paying attention to other things. I'm not paying attention to the fact that we swapped over to Cassidy. We have Duck back on the Tracer. Was on Genji for a little bit, but I definitely think having Tracer versus Tracer is definitely more consistent. What a hinder. What a execution. Oh. You got this, buddy. Good. I mean, the recall behind from Stu, really smart. Gossard finds one to Sushui. And again, what an elimination, but it's all for naught. Cart is still progressing easily through Midtown. Mind you, Telacy Mirage did, in fact, have a 2-minute time bank under their belt when they all way full capped, so we're gonna if Invaders Boost has a guarantee has guaranteed overtime rounds to go through, basically, if they full cap. Or they have to go to game 4. Simple as that. Pulse Bomb goes completely wide from Stu. I mean, they're just taking... They're not letting Godslayer get on this high ground at all. I mean, again, pushed right off. Terror Surge expended here, and then even Godslayer comes right back on through those stairways on the left side. But otherwise, it's all for not... A little bit of Kiriko 1v1, I love to say that. But Sishri coming in, or at least has the orbital ray. I want to see it be used here, and it's going to be absolutely used. Big torpedoes should come in, game that extra damage, and absolutely finds that elimination onto M7 MD. Oh, what a clean fight. Keeping Snowfall alive as well, so imperative. And Stu not able to touch either. 4-minute time bank, 4.5-minute time bank on the clock here for the side of Invaders Blues. And they're just pushing straight up. They're going straight into the kill. They wanna go in. Let me see. I mean, I know Azuma's up here right now. I mean, Hans also has orbital ray, and I wouldn't be surprised if you just kind of use it here. Oh, here it is. Yup. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, couldn't find anything, but here comes the annihilation. Oh, they're all being pushed back. They can't even touch. Tamara does deplete slowly, and there it goes. Still finds another one onto Stu again. What a hinder. Oh, what a Kitsu. Oh no, but Spyro gets called down the high ground from Duck. Duck has Pulse Bomb at the very least. We've hit down about a minute off this initial time bank, so still 3:45 on the clock here for Invaders Blues. Definitely have all of the time in the world to continue this push, especially as we are already nearing this corner around the box of victory here. Someone going pushing in. Does have the Terror Surge. You see the rush come in as well, and the Terror Surge. We go there. Down goes Spyros too, trying to find this other Tracer in the 1v1, and still cannot find any sort of leg up in this series. There's gonna be a 3-minute time bank for Telacy. Oh my goodness, GG's, brother. We have more rounds to go to. Even this Kiri Juno is somewhat unorthodox, even especially for defense. Kiri Juno, they're funny. Kiri Juno, you don't really see in NA, like, if ever. In NA, we're seeing more like Bap Brigida. Well, Bap just coming back in general. Bap is coming back pretty much in full force. There's some Kiri Lucio, there's some Juno Brig being played, but you don't really see like Kiri Juno, like you said. We don't see Kiri Juno that played. There's Bap Kiri earlier as well, but they're I love watch. This is why I love watching other regions. It's why I try not to like super like code myself into just EMEA. You know? Because there's just so much development being made as we speak, as we play the game, as we spectate, as we commentate, as the days go on. I mean, if you look between advanced, expert, master tier, between all the 4 regions, it is just so much that is still being discovered, is still being tested out, is still being relied on. Like, hello? Like, I feel like the most flexible character, we're going to ask for a pause. I feel like the most flexible characters we've been seeing so far is the backline. Yo, the pause. I can't pause it. I had no power to pause it. They found it. Okay. Yeah, they gotta pause it. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, Godslayer is, is bro okay? Yeah. Yeah. They got pause. I don't know what's going on. But he was just AFK in the spawn room. Okay, he's good now? Okay, he's good now. Okay. They've lost some time due to that. Oh, they lost 30 seconds. I think that's A-okay. Still, their attack was pretty solid. I feel like they had a really big time bank going into second point, so I feel like if they go fast, especially if they are going through alleyway, and now rotating over to this high ground, keeping Duck away from negating that, and even forcing the recall. That's great. I mean, they're going to go over to Duck, trying to find this elimination. Duck retreats over to the subway, and now Telacy Mirage retreat back over to this building here with the Mega Pack. But Volg pops off, finds Stu. Duck also getting another leg up in the matchup by getting one onto M7 MD as well. Hans and Godslayer both can be going. Oh no, Godslayer can be slightly staggered out. They're gonna have about less than a minute left, and that's gonna be the end of that attack phase. But Hans finds one to vlog anyway. So well, I keep saying vlog. While Volg comes back, they only have 40 seconds left on the clock here. And he ultimately, I mean, Snowfall's really close to his Deadeye already. I mean, Deadeye, yo, Cassidy coming back is crazy. He's so strong right now. He's a great tanky DPS that can shred tanks HP. He's just a good character right now, I feel like. Negates a bunch of ultimates with his roll. Bola shot, pulse bomb, for example. Oh, we're trying to get this. Oh, nice. And we have Deadeye. Oh, but you get called out immediately. Kind of going right by yourself in that alley where everyone else on the team of Telacy and Mirage were in there. Now we are seeing the approach from Godslayer going over to the objective, already kind of situating himself on this point with less than a minute left. And there is going to be overtime expended. Sishui might have gone down for the count. We don't touch. Okay, we do touch. Oh, thank goodness. 90% to this bombing. I mean, we're trying to go for it. Finds the kill. Finds the bomb as well. High Noon expended from Snowfall. Negated by Godslayer. And there is also the Bola shot coming in. Stu finds another one to Izimo. And this is going to be the big opening that we needed from Telacy Mirage to take this back. And now they got to make sure we keep Duck kind of in control here. Nice. And Stu does that with beautiful color. With flying colors. There we go. That's the phrase. And they have at least 1 point on the board here. So this is definitely doable. Why am I on Stu's PO? Sorry. I forgot Tracer's whole job is just to be on cart. Godslayer slowly pushing onto the high ground, but here comes a Terror Surge on top of the continued rush. We also have the Orbital Ray from Sisri, which is going to be helping this fight last a lot longer. But then here comes the Stevo Bomb, and we find the remake, but the power of this Orbital Ray is just too much to bear for Telacy Mirage. Invaders Blues takes the round just past 29 meters. Okay. Or just under 30 meters. Ooh, excuse me. This is possible. This is definitely doable. Oh my god, Toast mentioned. This is definitely doable. Definitely a doable defense. It's going to be very, very difficult, unfortunately. Like, they are going to struggle a tiny bit. So I'm putting my gain meter a little bit longer. There we go. That's a little better. So, Telacy Mirage did, in fact, have 3 minutes on time bank. I'm sorry, 2 minutes on time bank. Unfortunately, 30 seconds of it were kind of wasted due to lack of a pause, which had to do to face it. A little bit of a problem, but not the worst thing in the world, right? They were able to get a point on the board. They were able to find some sort of advantage state, but otherwise, we have that versus a 3 minute and 17-second time bank. This is a lot of time for Invaders Blues, and if they pushed with efficiency as they had done in their first round or the second round where they attacked, I don't know. It could go either way. Could absolutely be defendable. Could absolutely be a win for a 3-0 for Telacy Mirage. Not Telacy Mirage, excuse me, for Invaders Blues. I mean, they're mirroring the Orisa here. No Diva, no Ram, just straight Orisa. Sticking with the Symmetra as well. Gonna be going for a big teleport back to the over to the main area, and then seeing Duck stop over to the Tracer. Oh, Zuma's was in there. Zuma's in there. Gumas gets the spear off. Oh. I mean, they're super split. Look at this. But Zuma's no worse for wear. Unfortunately, called out by Hans, and Duck is now in the back line trying to get rid of Spyro as well on this Freya, but not gonna find too much. This should be super low as well, and gets called out. Beautiful fight. Beautifully done. Beautiful defense. Just beautiful everything from Telacy Mirage. But they gotta be very weary about Duck in his backline. I think they're still back there, actually. Let me double check. Yeah, bro is still back here. It's just a Tracer duel happening between Stu and Duck in the backline, and basically Telacy Mirage is relying on Stu to make sure that this Tracer does not get anywhere near Hans or M7MD. Oh my goodness, Duck going to the backline, but Duck finds Spyro, who's trying to retreat. Sishui super low, finds the Juno at the same time. Duck again gets a reversal, We trade off both Junos for this objective for at least half of a tick so far, almost to 1. Gossard still finds Volg, and they get off the point. There's no more touch. Oh, they're gonna come back. We might lose Gossler, but not really. Heals are online and beautifully done. Stu comes back in the nick of time to help out the fight and make sure that we keep this defense alive even longer. Taking off 2 minutes of this time bank, only 1 and 45 on the clock here. Duck does have Pulse on. We also have the Continued Rush. We also have Snowfall with a Deadeye, but that's going to be coming up against the defense's 5 ultimates. As long as they don't use them all at once, they should be fine to use at least 2 here and then maybe 3 for the next fight. Oh, Izumo's just pushing right in. Izumo's in there. But there's a Terror Surge on the back line. Izumo leads the team all by themselves. Let them all naked. Oh, no. You guys, Tiger, we gotta make sure that we don't accidentally lose somebody. Oh, this Tiger is nasty, too. Oh. I just deceived from my D&D, from my DBD match, and I got a 15-minute queued penalty. You have my full attention now, Zach. I just saw you get online. Oh, Pulsong goes crazy? Doesn't matter. Han still finds one to duck. Less than a minute left on the clock here. I mean, Izumo has Terror Surge, so I want that same plan of just kind of walking in to work. And we can combine it with, yeah, with Terror Surge. Oh, here it is. I mean, they're going in. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. Comes Izumo with a Terror Surge. Doesn't really find anything, though. The survivability, the stabilization of Mirage's weights way too much. 20 seconds left on the clock here. We find one to Stu. Great, but Stu took 2 anyway, and Sparrow still finds the last-minute kill onto Izumo. 15 seconds left on the clock. Snowfall, flip over to the Widowmaker. Needs to find an opening pick for this attack to actually have a chance. Otherwise, we're going to game 4. Oh, there she is. Shishwi coming up on this orbital raid, but again, they have 3 here coming up on that Terror Surge. Here comes the orbital raid from both sides, and I mean, no one's going down. Spyro still alive. There goes Suzu. There's gonna be a touch on the objective coming in from the side of Telacy Mirage, but is it going from Invaders Blue? But is it going to matter? It's just this diva, just Izumo on this point here. Snowfall goes down by the wayside, so there's no more of that backline pressure, of that sniper, of that one-shot pressure. Oh, what a stick. Oh, what a Terror Surge. Oh, what a D-Mech. Snowfall swaps over to the Sombra. Can they touch? No TP, but we do see one more touch, but the fire truck negates any sort of teleportation. Marlucio's legs don't work anymore, and somehow, someway, we're still keeping this point up alive even longer. It's just Hans by themselves on this point, doing their best, but can't even teleport out. That's going to be 2 ticks, and even 3 overtime is going to be activated here, as we see a resurgence, or lease on life for Invaders Blues. There's no ult online. Spyro should be getting this this bullet shot relatively early. We're only at 63%. We know how fast it builds up. Oh, they can't book him as much. Okay, good. Yeah, we gotta get Hans back in here. But they gotta start touching now. It's gonna be all up to basically Stu to touch first. If we can get rid of Duck, even better. Whiffs a little bit on that attack. Gossler gets hacked though. I gotta get rid of Snowfall. Snowfall's the biggest factor in this fight. These hacks have been, and these barriers are so good at just shredding tanks like Orisa. And that's gonna be 1 going down. There's the D-Mech. There's no bomb either. We trade off Snowfall for Godslayer. If we can get rid of Lucio, then even better. Yo, no one's looking, but there's the bullet shot from Spyro. Here also Pulse Bomb. And that, oh my gosh, they did it. They did it. The bullet shot was actually massive. Gets rid of this Kiriko and Telacy Mirage. Bring it back. We're going over to game 4 for these guys. Oh my goodness. Don't worry about the voice crack. Not too much on me. So interesting yesterday. Not too much. Oh my god. Oh, thank you, Zach. Yes, this is extremely hype. Like, this is why I love casting Advanced. Because it's just, I love casting, like, lower division matches, like Advanced, like Expert. Because you just get things like this where it's like, you would have never expected Telacy Mirage. Like, hello? Yo. That's crazy. That's crazy. You would never expect the Telacy Mirage to bring it back like that. We're going to game 4. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I got these scores real fast. 1. And now let me look at FACEIT. We're going over to Runa Sapi. Invaders Blues will be attacking first. So they're going to be on the right side. Or attacking first, but attack is right. So I'm going to switch these really quickly. So as we go over to push, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Risa again. You know, that is, she's again pretty strong on the map. We are gonna be seeing Invaders Blues go for a Juno ban here. So let's get that out the way. So Juno ban, very fair. We're probably gonna be seeing a BAP Brig from one of these teams, if not the Juno Brig as well. And I'll get that second ban as soon as I possibly can. Okay, it's gone. Lineup being finalized. I mean, what a nail biter Midtown map. Oh. You see, I'm very honest. Like this is crazy. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Not that bad. Only an hour, and we're already on map 4. Apple took my $10 for Discord Nitro. This is so sad. It's fine. I'm okay. It's fine. I didn't need it. Okay, there we go. Looks like Telacy Mirage on left, Invaders was on right, and the ban from them was Orisa. Yeah. I can't really blame you, can I? All right, everything's all updated. We surprisingly go over to map 4. Telacy Mirage had it in the bag, then almost lost it, then brought it back. It was tough. real time hype moments from Zachary K. Very, very good friend of mine. That's my tank. That's my real tank. Like, that's just my tank. Has been since forever. Zach, I miss you. We need to play together again, Zach. Ow. I was trying to, like, organize my garbage. I had breakfast from Duncan again. Oh, sorry. If you hear all that crackling, my bad. Okay. So with the Orisa ban, it's going to be giving us way to the Ramatra mirror. Once more, we saw that once on Circuit Royale. Going to be seeing it once more on Renasapi here. Like I expected. I did expect to see the Brig and the Bat back. Coming back for this phase, only because we don't have a Juno, right? And that's fine. But Han's still choosing, I think, looking to look at... I want to see a Lucio, but actually going to be seeing the BAP and the Kiriko, which we also saw on Circuit a little bit earlier, that double flex support backline. You have a lot of immortality, which can be a bane and a boon at the same time. You have a lot of chances to stay alive, but also those cooldowns are very long. They're very strenuous. So when if both of them are down those cooldowns, it's a very dicey game you can definitely play here. Can I reach the rotation coming in? Oh, my Miramatras are fighting. Oh, the girls are fighting. Oh, they're fighting. Oh, they're fighting. He went to T-pose. That's not the first second, but otherwise, still going to be seeing this Ramatra form from Godslayer a little bit longer. Telacy Mirage starting to push in a little bit, even more so that they had that opening pick on the Duck. Stu can basically play the game uncontested. What a whip shot, though, however, from Sishui. I'm saying, if I'm Telacy Mirage, I'm scared of the Sishui Brig, personally. Because that Brig does a lot of work. There's a lot of push and pull with that rally. And mind you, the objective is being pushed slowly on the right side of things while this fight is still ongoing on coast. I mean, hiding that hit hurt box on that Omnic form was very smart from Godslayer to wait until everyone can come back to heal him again. Otherwise, Telacy Mirage still in the lead by about 11 meters, and this fight is still ongoing. And already you're seeing... Oh, they swapped... Okay, my numbers got swapped, I guess. You're seeing the bullet shot being used by Spiral really early on, and we're still finding some back and forth picks coming in from Invaders Blues. And there's Annihilation as well in this little room, and that's going to be enough to regain this objective, regain this momentum in favor of Invaders Blues. They lost 11 meters, but that can easily be regained. Easily be regained. I hear you, Snowfall. That ultimate is, in fact, ready. They lost the objective, but not the end of the world. There is no speed from either of these teams, so a lot of these fights are going to be about sustain, going to be about stability. It's not really going to be about rushing in first. And, I mean, rushing in first to die is going to be Duck. Oh. The stream view is kind of starting. Probably my bitrate. I don't have a high bitrate. So if things happen, I'm sorry. I can't fix that, unfortunately. Because Twitch hates me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. High noon, high noon. Hold on, I got you. What a lamp. Oh my god, I mean, he's peeking, but no one can find the confirm. Oh my goodness, and then you have someone annihilating my face? Oh no, that's just gonna be the fight for Telacy Mirage. What a retake. What a retake. I mean, living through the Deadeye, living through the Amplification Matrix, living through Izumo's previous annihilation. This is just going to be a really good start for Telacy Mirage to bring us over to Game 5. I mean, I feel it. I feel the Game 5. I feel it. As these games are longer and longer, Telacy Mirage starts to get more and more warmed up, more and more synergized. And that's going to be what's going to be the big kicker for Invaders Blues, is the fact that these guys are getting better as we continue to play, getting better strats, getting better planning, you know, at the same time. But here comes another fight, but Stu also has the pulse on. I kind of want to see if we can... Oh, they're fighting all the way in the back here. Goodbye. They are doing a Tracer mirror over there in the back line, but otherwise Snowfall still finds 2 under his belt, finds a 3rd one, and there's a 4th, and again, it's a big back and forth. It goes between like 11 meters to 31 meters to 48 meters, and now Invaders Blues taste each other right back under the belt, and they're going to be getting another little bit of meters before the next fight occurs. I mean, I'm looking at Spyro. Spyro's bullet shot here. I mean, he's heading up for it. Oh, you're stuck. Nope. Oh, what a Suzu! What a lamp! But that's the problem. Both of those cooldowns being expended, both of which have relatively long cooldown cycles. You need to go fast, and bullet shot being used in response to that amplification matrix is exactly what we needed from Spyro. And we find the pulse bomb on top of that. That's like double pulse bomb. You get pulse bomb in the air and pulse bomb by Tracer. That's big for Telacy Mirage. And then they get rid of Izumo, and that's pretty much gonna be the fight ended. You know, I'm glad that I'm really glad that even though we use both Suzu and the lamp in succession with one another and using both those cooldowns at the same time, they still were like, hey, we lose both of those, we need to go in and we need to use this bullet shot, because otherwise we're gonna have no immortality, no sustain through these next 2 engages. All they would have really had is, of course, BAP shift. And they're already moving up in the lead. Hans gets another quick one onto Duck, and just shutting down any sort of those flanks from the Tracer. Both teams have not gone to the checkpoint, but we are going to be seeing Telacy Mirage. Ideally, they're going to get a leg up right here. Oh, we're walking in, but Godslayer does have the amplification matrix, the annihilation. And we're walking in. We got Nemesis form. Gonna be seeing that Skixiners also get a little bit cut short off the top of that bridge, so everyone's gonna be backing up and respecting that space. But there goes Snowfall, taking one off of the side of Telacy Mirage. But there comes the annihilation at the same time. Do we go back over? We boop the Ramatra into the other Ramatra, who has now also gone over with their own annihilation. Now it's just these Ramatras fighting one another in these extremely overpowered forms. But Godslayer has a little bit more sustain, a little bit more of that health pool in his favor, and we can get rid of Izumo even better. Oh my goodness, this fight's going a very long time. We're also going to be seeing the supplemental continuing rush as well, which should be the end of Godslayer's life cycle. Good stuff. What a fight. Living through double Kitsus, living through double annihilations is going to be Invaders Blues, taking the bot, stealing it back, and trying to get past that 55-meter mark, the checkpoint, if you will. Next fight will be happening ideally on the center, like the middle of this of Murasapi, where the bot originates from. So we can kind of stop the rotation here, or even get a first pick onto Sishri, who has now gone over to Lucio. No more Brig to be seen. Oh, I hear Pulse Bomb. Fine Snowfall. Oh, what a pick. What a reversal. Also Sishri going down. Lots of back and forth coming in here. Stu gonna be the one to at least help facilitate as we do look at this Kiriko, put a lot of pressure onto Volg. Volg teleports out, but is super low, climbs up the wall, forces the recall though, and gets called out by the Vortex from Godslayer. We gotta take care of this Tracer and this Ramacho, one of which can be the easier than the other one, as of course we see Duck back up and regain and regroup with the rest of the team. Bot does go by the wayside of Telacy Mirage. We are seeing, I think that's Hans going for a little bit of a flank here. Gets a little bit seeked out by Duck. Has to back up. That's A-okay. Stu switches positions. They retake that forward spawn again. And now we're back where we started. I mean, they get rid of Sishri. That's really bad because Sishri has Sound Barrier. But here comes the Deadeye, and it finds Spyro in the air. And there's also the supplemental Sound Barrier to help this fight go in favor of Invaders Blues. Yeah, we might have lost one, but I think we're okay with taking that duel, taking that trade-off if Invaders Blues gets to take the fight at the end of the day. Nicely done from Invaders Blues. Let me see. Mistu has Pulse Bomb. We also have Hans coming up on that Kitsune Rush. Now it is going to be online. Gossler going to be the first to come in with that Annihilation. But we're going to be walking with this Kitsune Rush and just kind of walking on this backline with the Annihilation to boot. Sishri doing their best to stay away, but Volg unfortunately teleports right in the middle of that rotation away, and it falls into the arms of that Annihilation. But there was a reversal one coming in from Izuma as well. Does find one under their belt, but I'm pretty sure the advantage state is going to be going by the wayside of Telacy Mirage. And that is done. And the bot was taken during that fight. As they wait for Izuma to come back, I mean, they're gonna push the bot a little bit. Gonna be playing this corner. Looking towards these a little bit squishier targets, that being Kiriko, Freya, and Tracer here. Good touch coming in from Doug, but has to back up, has to recall so quickly. But here comes the first opening pick from Snowfall. Comes off the cast, he goes over to the Freya to at least mirror Spyro, who, again, has Bullet Shot. Might not need to use it quite yet, but as the 1v1 happens, mind you, on the other side of things, there is a window being used from M7. There's also everyone else kind of just falling right on over. Spyro maybe got a little bit too focused, locked in on that 1v1 with the other Freya. What a boop. And kind of allow the rest of the team to go by the way of Invaders Blues. Taking down less than a minute here, by the way. Oh man, they're spinning right around. They're just going to rotate towards... they're going to basically be flipping the map here a little bit. Letting the high ground be taken up by Telacy Mirage, and then coming back in with that Kitsune Rush from Volg. Snowfall getting really close to, again, another Bola shot. Oh, there goes M7MD. There goes one of your imperative players. But Spyro's still seeking it out. Gets one to Snowfall. Finally getting that revenge we were looking at a little bit earlier in that previous fight. Oh, no. Oh, no. Han stays alive a little bit longer. There goes Izumi. I'm looking over at Gossler, but instead there's going to be an Annihilation right in my face from Izumo. Overtime has been activated, so these next fights have to be basically perfect. And Gossler pops open with the Annihilation, but I don't even think there's anyone really how to help. And there it goes. They have only 16 meters to go to retake the objective and take this a 3-1 victory. They get rid of M7MD. That's massive. Oh, what a sound barrier. Oh, this is going to be great. Pulse Bomb gets used, but doesn't find anything. Izumo slips over to the ball for a last-minute touch. But I think that might be it. Invaders Blues, somehow, some way, at overtime, are going to be going all the way over to 6 meters. We are seeing the Maga come back to play, but it gets booped away, and that is all that she wrote. Invaders Blues takes the series 3-1 over Telacy Mirage in a nail-biter Game 4 series, moving forward in the playoffs. What a match. Y'all were entertaining. Entertaining all the way down to the wire. Wow. Very nicely done from both teams here. I mean, Telacy and Mirage were able to take a game off of these guys. And that's nothing to scoff at, you know? With how round 1 went, we knew it was going to be relatively even. But then round 2 went super by the wayside of Invaders Blues when they were able to attack on Circuit Royale and then really push all the way basically past that golden box of victory, past where Telacy and Mirage were stopped earlier on their attack phase. And then suddenly... we go over to game 3. It goes to Midtown. Telacy and Mirage pull it out the bag. They were going to lose, win. They end up winning, end up defeating end up attacking further than what Invaders Blues could have defended from in that moment. But then suddenly you go to Runasapi, you're in the lead, and then sub 1 minute happens, overtime happens, and Invaders Blues just locks in. They get their opening picks with Snowfall on that Freya. They find that Baptiste all the time. They find Volk all the time. They find everyone all the time. And it is just a matter of the fact that Invaders Blues wins based off picking off important characters like your flex supports, both of which were the Kiriko and the Baptiste. They pick off Tracer. They pick off... it was just the Freya show. We had Bolo Shot. We negate a lot of ultimates. We negate a lot of characters' playability. So as Invaders Blues goes forward, I'm going to very quickly look through the bracket. Actually, I'm going to put it over here so I can easily grab it. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna flip the bracket. Here we go. We just saw this 3-1 victory for Invaders Blues. Recall of all the maps we played: Circus, Midtown, Circus, Oasis, Circuit, Midtown, Urasapi. Really, really close scores. I mean, 4-5 is nothing to scoff at. That was fantastic. From I see telepathy, but it's not telepathy. From Telacy Mirage. Tracer, Kiriko Ban, for good reason. Both of these Tracers from, I believe, Stu and Duck, very, very good. They were keeping each other in check. They were always back and forth between who got the eliminations. Whoever was in the back line was pretty much being a big nuisance to both of the returning teams' back lines. Diva Widowmaker ban on second, makes sense. Then we had the Venture and Zenyatta ban, which was what gave Mirage that lease on life, that ability to go over to this game 4. But once those 10 minutes ticked down to that overtime, it just went completely sideways for them, and they just couldn't close it out to a game 5 at all. Let's go over to actually see the advanced playoffs. We were in advanced. Let's go to playoffs and EMEA. So this is the playoffs. As you can see, Telacy Mirage will be fighting the winner of Empire and Goat Tricks, which I believe is happening right now, right? Yeah, happening right now. They haven't updated score because they hate me, but I'm not sure. They're on midtime right now. That's fine. So, playoffs happening. They're a 3-1 team, taking it 3-1 over the Kings Crows. And then 3-1 over Telacy Mirage just now, waiting for their round 3 to happen. Lower bracket looks like we're going to be seeing Casa Hive Mind against Telacy Mirage. Whoever the winner of this is will be going towards Telacy. So that is the update on that EMEA advanced bracket. Later today, right here, I'll be casting The Rock versus the Cafe at 9 p.m. EST. This is going to be an advanced tier, so you can kind of... I'm looking at my score. I'm looking at their score. Oh my god, they're actually like really good at the game. So these guys will be at 9 o'clock, and I actually want to look at their standings as well. So look at expert, look at playoffs, and we'll see. Oh, they're chilling. Oh yeah, I casted New York Giants. I thought that was really fun to cast the New York Giants as a New Yorker. Thanks for the cast. Of course, anytime. I'm trying to cover as much as I can outside of just like master stuff, so everyone at least has a VOD of something. I think it's important for like lower level teams to also have casting and co-streaming and opportunities like that, so no problem. It was really fun. You guys gave me an amazing show to watch. What else was I gonna say? Where did they go? ¿Dónde estás mi match? Am I blind? I might be blind, guys. Oh, it's a lower bracket. Hee. I'm so silly willy. Okay. Lower bracket going to be the Cafe and the Rock. So we're actually going to be dipping our toes into that side of things. And for NA tonight, starting at, again, 9 o'clock. So I'll be back on around... I'll start to stream around 8:59 or something. I do have a 2-minute delay on for the team. So this will be our next match. And it's going to be a fun time. The Rock going down by the way of... Voidwalkers, and then Cafe went down by Dill Ducklings, which makes sense. Dill Ducklings, a very, very good team. Coming down from the Dill Ducks, of course. Otherwise, that is all I got. I'll see you guys later at 9 o'clock for our NA expert tier team. Thank you for the teams today for letting me cast you guys. You guys were very amazing. I just love casting. I just love everything about casting. So otherwise, I'll see you guys later for that NA game, and take care.